Hey everyone, good to see you. East Coast Pete here. Arena rock. When bands get so popular, they can no longer play indoor venues. Foreigner, very successful arena rockers, but stigmatized similar to Styx for being top tier rockers concurrent with the punk movement. In the end, they became victims of their own success. Half English, half American, hence the name Foreigner, since wherever they played, there'd be foreigners in the band. Ex-Spooky Tooth guitarist Mick Jones and ex-King Crimson multi-instrumentalist Ian MacDonald formed a band with American vocalists Lou Gramm, Stan Williams on drums, Jay Davis on bass, and Al Greenwood on keyboards. In '76, Jones had been in the Leslie West band when it went under. West's manager encouraged him to start his own band, provided a jam space in New York City, and they recorded a demo, but they could not interest a label. They were then known as Trigger. They rehearsed for 6 months before recording their first album. The Trigger name was already taken, so they became Foreigner. First album would go on to sell 80 million copies, half in the US. Ed Gagliardi assumed bass duties, and Bud Prager signed on as manager. The band finally signed by Atlantic. With their first album out, Foreigner was selling out sports arenas and hockey rinks. Singles were Feels Like the First Time, Cold as Ice, Long, Long Way from Home. The band became recognizable for their immaculate lead vocals and their ferocious guitar work, which was appearing regularly on radio stations. In 1978, Double Vision continued their string of radio-friendly power ballads. It gave us Hot Blooded, Check It and See, Blue Morning, Blue Day, and I Have Waited So Long. 1979, Head Games. Roy Thomas Baker, Queen's manager, co-produced. Ed Gagliardi was drummed out. Rich Willis replaced him on bass. Last album for Ian MacDonald and Al Greenwood. This album was banned in some markets because of the sleeve art, where a high school girl is discovered writing graffiti on a boy's lavatory wall. Dirty White Boy was a monster hit. Many thought it was a Bad Company release at first, me included. Love on the Telephone, Woman, and Head Games. The album sold over 5 million in the US alone. 4 for Foreigner 4. Band down to 4 members. For their fourth album, Urgent, Waiting for a Girl Like You, and Jukebox Hero sold 7 million in the US. Junior Walker guested on the saxophone. In 1984, Agent Provocateur, first and only #1 UK for the band. I Want to Know What Love Is, and that was yesterday. In '87, Inside Information to #15 and sold 1 million, but sales in a downward plunge. They were missing Ian MacDonald, who left due to disagreement with Mick Jones. Say You Will, I Don't Want to Live Without You. Heavy guitars are absent and synthesizers take over. It was the '80s. In 1991, Unusual Heat. Lou Gramm left, replaced by Johnny Edwards. Low Down and Dirty, there were no hits. Album was a huge commercial failure, only reached number 117. 92, Best and Beyond. It's a best of album from '77 to '87. Number 93, Best of Live. In '94, Mr. Moonlight was their big comeback album. It failed. White Lie, Hole in My Soul, number 136. Jukebox Zero, number 2, Another Greatest Hits. In 2009, Can't Slow Down, new lead singer Kelly Hansen. Sales improved. Album went to number 29. Singles When It Comes to Love and In Pieces. 2011, tour with Journey and Night Ranger. Also, a hits album came out. It was unplugged. 2014, a tour with Styx and Don Felder. In 2015, they opened for Kid Rock. Band has discussed a reunion tour, but the idea may be foreign to original members. I have spoken before about reasons why bands lose momentum. Losing your edge due to age is blamed. Drugs, alcohol abuse, sure. The punk movement tore a hole in our tie-dye, but it was because of punk. Wouldn't all Dino bands disappear? That didn't happen. Look at Genesis and Yes and The Dead. Just about every performer on our show is a survivor. But surviving the 80s meant working at your craft without depending on computers to do your work. Audiophiles prefer the delicate touch of a pentatonic scale and making a signature sound that fans recognize. Computer drums are unnatural. Only artists like Gary Newman can use these tricks tactfully. Punks conquered the world with 3 chords, or even 2. The Beatles' Tomorrow Never Knows. 1 chord. Check. See you next time, my friends.